What is going on? I'm Zedmod. First and foremost, wanted to give all of you a shout out who have been giving me all of the comments on this video. Thank you very much. Means a bunch. If you haven't seen that video, do go check the chapters, yada, yada, yada. After you're done that, code Zedmod in the shop as usual. Only 12 hours left, so I will use an extra couple seconds of your time to get that filled out. This is my warship. Not doing that great. I know that sounds a bit tongue-in-cheek, but as you can see by my highest rank, just stagnant for the last little bit. 414 battles. Defense will get you to 22 probably, but beyond that you need to go to offense. So I tried most people going up either through the negative node or through the Doom Cannon to get Bombadiers or Heavies. There's a bunch of different metas right now. I tried to do something a little bit different. Went through the troop damage, went through the critter launchers, thinking maybe that might be a play, and it hasn't been. Some wins, some losses, and you see, like against Orion here, those spread bases, just doing... Here's him against me, just absolutely eating my lunch. I think I'm 1-1 against him this season, which I think I was 0 for always against him, but you see just heavy choppas coming in and just walking through the base. So Kavan and all of the dudes just walking on through, no big deal. I mean, it's a good attack, but just shows that these clump bases are basically done for. I am clearing most of the clump bases using the choice node. I went back and changed it to Grenadiers, and that extra troop damage there doing good things for me. But the clump bases, Laser Rangers clear them, Heavy Choppa Rocket Choppa clear them, Heavy Choppa Bombardier clear them. So that's the first thing I'm going to do today is get rid of that. And you see people are still fizzling and I am still fizzling at times, but it's time to get rid of this base. So we are going to click over here. We're going to pick up all of the things. And I kind of like doing that this season. I've done that a couple times where I've gone and gotten something. I haven't seen anyone else with critter launchers, which says that it's probably the wrong call, but at least I can tell you guys that it's the wrong call instead of saying, well, it might work, blah, blah, blah. The first battle after I got critter launchers, I think I lost with like a 246 time by my opponent or something ridiculous. So I put my critter launchers in slightly better positions, but that just was an ominous moment right there. And it should come as no surprise to you guys that once you move away from the clump base, all of a sudden the diamonds that I spent on changing to that damage amplifier start to hurt a little bit. Because the damage amplifier when you're not in a clump base sucks. So we are going to switch back. Yes, switching back to that shock blaster, spending all of the diamonds, and that is going to hurt a little bit later on in future seasons. My diamonds have gone down by like 7,000 this season or something ridiculous. And just like that, the base is built. I copied this base off of the global #1. Nail, I don't know who this player is. They've got very, very good stats there though. Well done. 64 seasons played. Can we visit? They don't have, I was going to say, can we visit their warship? Obviously we can. They've only got a top 50 trophy, so that is interesting to see. Very, very curious to see where they end up. I'm guessing they're almost parked just because of where this season's going to end up, and very curious to see if they're going to go any higher than that. That's a pretty big lead they've got at the second. Anyways, let's get in, see what we can do with this stuff. I am a little bit short on mortars. They've got more mortars than I have. I've got more machine guns. I also have more flamethrowers. I picked the flamethrower there. I think they picked the mortar. I'm not switching that, though. Not a chance. One thing that I was trying to design, I was thinking about how I could change the base when I was throwing mortars out versus machine guns and such. There's no critters this season, which means that don't have to worry about the fact that the machine guns got blind spots all around it. Anyways, let's get in, see what the heck we can do. I have been using Grenadiers against some of those spread out bases. It's probably the wrong idea, but just felt right at the second. This base, what do you got for us? They've got 70% building health. That's more than us. We've got more building damage. We've got more troop damage. They've got the negative. Let's just get in and see what the heck we can do here. I'm going to keep using Grens because I have invested a bunch into them. We'll see. Don't need any rifles to start with. That is one of the things that I have been doing a bunch of, is just going like this, getting Kavan out, getting medics out, and then we'll send some of you guys over here to deal with the mortar, hopefully. Maybe clear a couple mines. Shouldn't lose any of the Grens because we've got 2 boats. Maybe losing 1 to that cannon, but probably not. There we go. That is absolutely perfect. And now we're going to drop some of those rifles on that right hand side, trying to walk them up so that they get in range of the things first. And while we wait, we'll throw a med kit over here and try to get rid of that gosh darned rocket launcher. Don't really care about a single rocket launcher, but figured, you know what, let's get our troops going. We'll get a shock over here and then get all of our dudes in and amongst the stuff. I don't know if we can depend on a fizzle here. I probably did just throw that second wind way too early because we got lots of rifles here, so that's mistake number 1 for me on this attack anyways. This base looks fairly easy for us to clear, but I've not cleared a bunch of bases that look fairly easy to clear too. We've got in the neighborhood of 32 rifles left alive, so don't need a second wind quite yet, but we are going to throw that shock on that mortar and that shock launcher, and now we'll get some more of those pink zombie dudes out, hoping that that mortar goes down. There it goes. So we're basically home free at this point. I'm really kind of hoping that, I know it's not a clump base, but we've still got some very good defensive numbers, so hoping that we can get some decent numbers of fizzles still. That would be ideal because those wide spread bases are no joke. Like, you've got so many defenses at play, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this first battle goes. Like I said, I think that we can clear this base without a heck of a lot of problems, and I think we have cleared it. Just need that shock blaster and left-hand side boom cannon to go down, but we've got a shock for that. Let's get all of our troops coming back over here and then over onto here. Don't care about that mortar. Leave that alone. It can just hang out there as our rifles speed the process up a little bit. And now onto that final engine room with some extra troops and some rifles. We are going to be not fast. I definitely need to be quicker. Not having heavy choppas or rocket choppas or bombardiers or heavies puts us at a bit of a disadvantage. But as you can see right here, this person is about to lose. Come on, Fizzle. It's like right there we go. Critter Launcher is going to be doing a bunch of work here, hopefully. And now we have won. They have fizzled. We have got those extra stars for the first win of the day. Like that a lot. The fact that we're still, like, I think I'm more likely to get fizzles with this base than the clump base at this point. Everyone figured out the clump bases, or most people figured out the clump bases, but the wide bases, there's still so much variation in that. And I didn't know if you guys picked up on it or not, but over here, the global number 1 did have a sky shield, so I'm a little bit interested to see that the sky shield won out over the doom cannon, and I don't want to go through the negative node. I've had enough negative nodes. I know that I could go get that remote defib or speed serum or remote hack faster, but I think I'm just going to go around the horn and get myself that sky shield, rely on defenses for a little bit, which is kind of against the message of this video. I just told you that defense can only get you to like 22 and you need offense to get beyond that. But I think I've got enough offensive skill that I can use this spread base and hopefully get back into 23 and beyond. this is the time where I go over the parking spots. I've already made rank 23 long ago, which means I'm going to start at the very worst in rank 13 next season. But that's a giant but. Do we have that? No, we don't. Do we have that? Yes. The Captain's Cup is going on. If you notice, rank 13 on Noobs R Us. That is my other account. It is not this. Whoa, 24. That is rough. I don't even know how to deal with this. I think it's the exact same base that I have, but I don't have artillery or barrage, which means that I need to deal with that shock launcher and shock blaster fairly quickly. I'm going to do Grenz again. That's probably going to be a mistake, but we're going to lean into the mistake. I might completely and utterly regret that, but I'm just gonna go slow and hope for the fizzle, and then I can use this info on where the heck I need to be. Right now I have no idea how fast I need to be. So far 100% of people that I've faced have fizzled, which I can't see the same thing going forwards, but we gotta learn this ourselves. So we're just gonna get rid of this flotsam. It's gonna be slightly annoying and make us a little bit slow, which might impact my ability to get all of the engine rooms, flaring back, trying to keep you guys alive, and then we'll just send most of you over here with the boat of rifles. Let's get that pink zombie Bombardier back out, and then I'm just gonna hold a little bit, wait for that flare to expire, and then we're gonna send one of you over here. I'm hoping that I can somehow, some way get those left-hand side dudes to chuck at those rocket launchers without dying. That's my general plan at the second. Probably need to put a med kit on them. Not sure if this is the right idea or not, but my thinking is I can probably get rid of that boom cannon at the same time if I can keep these guys alive, which I'm not doing a great job of at all. Like, at all. And now the problem comes in where you start killing your own troops. Thankfully, that one rocket launcher went down, which means that most of my troops went away, and he's not really chucking towards them. But just a reminder, Grenadiers very, very much love to do friendly fire, and you don't want that to happen. So, I think I've managed to get like a 220 using Grenadiers with rifles, but on those attacks I mixed in one boat of Zookas, and I did not think to do that here, so we are at a little bit of a disadvantage. Need to get one shock right about there, and probably a med kit very, very soon. There are a lot of mines on my future, and our opponent has already finished off the base, so not a great start on the offensive side or the defensive side, really. I told you guys defense would not get you into 23 at the second. I only got in there by the absolute skin of my teeth, and now, as expected, we got cleared. I'm very curious to see what we got cleared by, and I'll show you that in the next minute and 40 seconds or so. Need to get this thing done. Need to get onto this stuff. Get a shock out there. Was hoping to get the shock out before the shock launcher hit us, but didn't quite get there. I don't think... You know what? We still have a pretty decent shot of getting all the engine rooms, but it's going down quickly as we get closer to that boom cannon on that right hand side, as we get closer to that boom cannon on the left hand side, and just GBE poor. Not having enough GBE to get a second wind out is going to cost us this battle, I think. I said it a little bit earlier, but mixing a Zooka in with your Grenadiers and Riflemen helps speed things up a little bit. Apparently, we just lost connection. You can see it happening there. My Toyota AirPlay or CarPlay takes over my Wi-Fi connection sometimes, which causes me to lose. I'm at the very back of the house, so kind of surprised that happened. But if you have a look here, they used, what did they use? They used, come on, what you got here? Bullet with heavy chopper, rocket chopper. Not a ton of surprises there. Using the artillery to just basically empty out this bottom engine room and then walking on through. I'm very curious to see how close they came to the fizzle here. They are down to 4 rocket choppas, which is plenty, especially if Bullet's still out front there somewhere. Looks like, yeah, he is. Bullet's still fully healthy, and they're just barting out all of the things. So, speedy finish. Generally, with Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppa, you can be around 220. With Heavy Choppa Bombardier, it's about 205 apparently. These are all numbers that I have been given by the Brain Trust. I ended up disconnecting and leaving one engine room up, which is a little bit unfortunate. Did get the second wind with like 15 seconds left on this last engine room after getting this engine room on the opponent, but then got the dreaded disconnect message. That's my problem, not Supercell's, though. Wi-Fi changing is not ideal. Anyways, that is going to be it for me. I am Zedmod. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully this helps you with your choices on that final week of the season. 6 days, 14 hours left. I shall talk to you soon, though. Thanks for coming in, using code ZedMod, keeping your submarine diving, hitting all your operations, and all of the rest of the things. Also, a reminder, Boom Pass. I have not gotten very far at all. Hopefully, you guys have gotten further. And just one more note, that the Boom Pass does include half-price warships choice nodes, changing them specifically. So I have spent a lot of diamonds this season. Maybe should have got the Boom Pass, but I wasn't super stoked on any of those skins, so I skipped it. Probably gonna cost me in the long run. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in, though. Peace.